Alright, so we have our isolated picture. In the end, we're going to have a picture like that. We're going to do the outline first, which would be the black lines, and then we'll paint it in. So we'll end up with that. But right now I have my background that I closed out because that's just a backup. And then I have my working copy. Get rid of this vector for now. And then I have a second copy which I also hid because I'm not going to really use that one just yet. But this one here, that's highlighted. And see how that's gray, so that's the highlighted. So this one's what we're working on. And we're going to come over here, select the pen tool, come up here, draw freehand, uncheck that, uncheck that. You can leave create on vector, so create your line out on a separate layer. And the width, which is the stroke width, I got 2. And you want to turn the fill off because if it's on, you'll get that white. Okay, so put your width whatever size you want. I just want 2. Turn off the fill color and then start outlining your picture. Basically, it looks like a joint there. Way doobie, but anyway, it's supposed to be a cigarette. Alright, so you're gonna just go. I like starting with the face. Don't worry about the shape because after you can turn on the nodes and you'll have path that you can adjust. So for now, just make your lines the best that you can, depending on what picture you're using. I got a black and white, so it's a little harder to show definition, but I can manage. And basic eye shape. His eyeball. And I'm gonna outline his nose. Just remember, you can adjust these lines after you're done. So that's basically, you want to get your outline. We're gonna fix it and color it in. So don't try to be a perfectionist at this point. Now what I like to do, if I can't see, because if we turn this off, that's what we're drawing. Now if you can't see while you're on this layer, just, oops, sorry about that. While you're on this layer, just go up here and lower the opacity and you'll be able to see it. So if you want to lower it, if you can't remember what you already highlighted, just lower that a little bit and you'll be able to see where your lines are. You'll be able to see where your lines are. Sorry, but I like to whisper. I kind of have a habit of that. We'll leave it about right there. Okay, so now let's come down here. I'll outline the afro. Oops, I went a little higher, but don't worry about it because using our node and the curve adjustments, we can fix it. We can make these lines as straight, as round, whatever we need them to be. So do not waste your time trying to fix each one at this point. And this here. That I didn't like at all, so I'm going to get rid of that. I at least want my ear to look a little realistic. So let's give him an ear a little more detail. It's cool with this area because it's stuck behind his afro. Makes it a little easier. You might want to go over this little cheek line and come down with the neck. You want to do the center of the fingers. And oops. That one I'm going to do over. It kind of looks kind of messed up. Makes him look deformed. Actually, a lot of this picture looks like it was photoshopped. If you really zoom in and look at some of it, either that or he just got some messed up looking fingers. And let's get rid of that because it went a little too high. His finger's supposed to be right over the cigarette. And that would be his fingertip, I'm assuming. Let's outline his cigarette or join or blunt, whatever the hell it is. And they got that finger there and that, and then this is the thumb. Don't like that one. Anytime you don't want something, just Control Z and you can get rid of it. And again, you can adjust these lines afterwards, so don't really worry too much about that for now. Alright, so I'm going to just show you what we got so far, and then I'm going to stop this and I'm going to finish, and then I'll turn it back on. So you see it's starting to get sort of a shape. You know, as you go along, it's going to come clearer and clearer, and it's going to look more like your picture. Okay, so before I go, what I'm going to do is close this. I'm going to turn on, I'm going to go on my vector layer, open that, and then you're on the path. Okay, now when you do show nodes, those are the nodes that I was referring to. And when you zoom into these nodes, if you only want to see the nodes at this point, all you got to do is turn your colors off. Turn your colors off and you just have your path with the nodes. Now in order to work on these, if you watched my other video, you would know how to make adjustments, but because I'm nice, I'm going to just show you real quick. Alright, you would right click node, curve after, and you would get your control arm right there. Okay, and you would make your adjustments. So when you turn your color back on, you see the different shape. Since he looks like he's stoned, his eyes are a little slimmer. Alright, so let's work on that, and after I'm done doing that, you turn off the nodes, you see just the colors. You turn them on, you see your nodes, you can adjust these lines. Cool. Not bad. Okay, so let's finish that and I'll be back. It looks like he's chilling on a, I don't know, I gotta fix that. That looks kind of funny right there. But anyways. Alright, so basically I went around and did all the lines that I felt was necessary. And this is the background. Now most people when they do line art, they worry about filling in each and every area and closing the areas so that there's no open gaps, and the reason they do that is because they are going to, like right here, see how it's opened up, but the reason they don't like to leave it open is because they use the fill tool. Say if you wanted to fill this part of the hat, if there's openings it would spill over and fill into the background and wherever else. But because I kind of I like to draw in the colors, I don't really worry too much about the areas. I just like to have the outline to give me a little guidance, I guess. Come up with something hot like that. I like that. That one came out pretty good. Alright, so here we have, this one's going to be a little harder because I don't have an original color picture to work off of, so I'm going to have to create my own colors.